Evening. How is everyone? This is going to be an interesting chat. I'm already smiling. I have to be very careful what I say. I have to be extremely careful what I say because apparently the police are coming to my door and there's a civil claim. I look really, let me just see if I can turn this. Is that better? That's better. Oh, I've got a light on behind me. So I've got a civil claim coming and apparently the police are coming to my door. And so we're going to talk about white lines. We're going to talk about white lines. And how it's got to this and how it's actually really getting out of hand right now. Can you all hear me okay? How is everyone? I suppose for the first thing I'm going to say, just to see, if it works, I'm going to cover and say this live tonight is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not here to try and harass, defame, insult or any such things. Anyone, this is for entertainment purposes only. And that's where we're going to start. Also, I'm just going to read something. Just for entertainment purposes, I'm going to read this. Overview of a narcissist. What is a narcissist? Should we just have a look? Narcissistic personality disorder. I think we all know probably more than what we would like to know. People who carry the traits, some very, very strong, some medium, some very little, of narcissistic personality disorder. Let me know if you know anyone with these traits. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition in which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They need and seek too much attention and want people to admire them. People with this disorder may lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. But behind this mask of extreme confidence, they are not sure of their self-worth and are easily upset by the slightest criticism. A narcissistic personality disorder causes problems in many areas of life, such as relationships, work, school, or financial matters. People with narcissistic personality disorder may be generally unhappy and disappointed when they're not given the special favours or admiration that they believe they deserve. They may even find their relationship troubled and unfulfilling, and other people may not enjoy being around them. If for treatment, you need to get therapy, also go and see a psychotherapist. The strange thing is that narcissistic personality disorder affects more males than females. It often begins in the teens and early adulthood. And so, some of the symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder, they have an unreasonable high sense of self-importance and require constant excessive admiration. Bear with me. So how many people do we know with these feel that they deserve privileges and special treatment, expect to be recognized as superior even without achievements, make achievements and talents seem bigger than they are? So you get this. How many people do we know? How many people do you know with these traits? Be critical of and look down on people they feel are not important. Be preoccupied with fantasies about success, power, brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate. I'll tell you what, half the world is narcissistic, isn't it? When you read this out, I don't know about you, but It's actually quite shocking. I'm surrounded by narcissists. Take advantage of others to get what they want. Wow. How many of you have been around people with these traits? Be envious of others and believe others envy them. Behave in an arrogant way, brag a lot and come across as conceited. And they insist on having the best of everything. The best car, the best office, the best this and the other. Anyway, you get the gist. Yeah, how many of you know a narcissistic, personality disordered man or even woman? Apparently, it's bigger in men. Can you all hear me okay? I'm seeing people on here, but just checking that you can hear me okay. That was quite interesting, don't you think? I think, judging by this, I haven't read all of it, but I tell you what, I really am surrounded by. In fact, I would say the Truther movement probably has half of the Truther movement is full of narcissists, control freaks, all of this, and there is only probably, I'm being kind here, 30% of people in the movement or in the world that are genuine people that genuinely want the best for others, and they do it because they want to do it. They do it because they actually care, and they don't care if they don't get any recognition for it. They don't care if they don't get any money for it, and they literally give, probably to giving. You know, well, you've got narcissists one end, and you've got over givers, over carers, if you like. So you've got the narcissist people that are just draining your very soul, and you've got the people on the other end that are just so giving. We need to find that balance. Why am I here? I'll tell you why I'm here. Can you all hear me? Just thumbs up by anyone if you can just hear me. As you guys know, I'm going to not go too deep into this because this is not exactly what it is about, but it is about, so, and that'll make sense when I explain that. I have a friend called Darren. You guys have seen the lives that we've done in the past, and I'm saying it was probably about 3 years ago. Maybe 2, I don't know. For me, the other day is literally, could be, when I say it's the other day, it could be 2 years ago, you know. And Darren is a trust specialist, and he is an absolute trust specialist. However, he's not someone who's just jumped on the movement and decided that he was going to make money because there's a lot of people, what they've done is through the movement, they've decided that there's a business opportunity for them. Can I just have a hands up by anyone if you can hear me? Otherwise, I'm just talking. No one's just one thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear me. And he is actually a trust specialist, and he has been one for, I think, 35 years. So again, he's not someone that's just jumped on this. I've known Darren for 4.5 years. I knew him before I set up this account. I know Darren in his personal life. I speak to him very, very often. And so he's a good friend of mine. He's a very spiritual man. We've done a few interviews together. And if you want to see those interviews, they're on my YouTube channel. He's very, very spiritual. And he's a good man. Can you hear me? One thumb. I'm not getting anything. Is it my Facebook? Am I being like blocked or something here? I'm literally not getting any comments showing up. In fact, I can't even see me live on here. I will go on, but it would be nice if because I'm not reading messages, if anyone's got messages here. There you go. I'm not seeing any messages. Right, so I have to look on my computer. I don't know what's happened here. Sorry, I cannot see messages. How strange is that? Facebook is doing unusual things. Right, so I'm going to be looking at my laptop because I can't see any messages on here. Again, I'll try and read here your comments. So now Darren is a good friend of mine, and you know, I'm a very loyal friend. I know I can be quite, what shall I say, some people may say I can be quite opinionated, but it's not that I impose my opinion on you, but I will give you my opinion if I think things are wrong. And you know what, I expect it to from others if they think I'm wrong. So if someone thinks I'm wrong, then, you know, let me know what I'm doing wrong. Bring it to my attention so I can look at what I'm doing wrong, and I'll try and address it if I think you're right. That sounds very opinionated, but I will look at myself. I'm very good at self-analysing. But, you know, I like to share my opinion. I try and level things up, you know, weigh things up and look at logic and try and apply it to everyday life and express myself. In fact, I've learned to express myself a lot more now than I used to 4 years ago. I used to be a lot more, you know, everything's sort of hunky-dory, let's all love each other. Whereas now I'm not like that anymore because I've dealt with too many arseholes. And it's got me to a point where I haven't got time to deal with shit. I see people, I see narcissist behaviour very, very quick. I call it out and I've got no time for it. Darren is a very good friend of mine. He is going through a process right now where a few people, because you can't please everyone, I'm not going to go into details about the ins and outs of it, but he's going through certain court cases. And Simon Goldberg, AKA White Rabbits, might be some white lines, I don't know. I've been told, possibly. He's decided to jump on the bandwagon and accuse Darren and his trusts of being rubbish. So there is a couple of YouTube videos of this, I don't know, so far I think 2 of them. There's a few people that have come forward that they've had problems, maybe with communication, maybe with this, that and the other. I have been a slight part of that journey, so I know both sides. I haven't got involved. If anyone's ever come to me because they've got a problem with the trust or a problem with Darren, I will contact Darren and he will try and deal with it straight away. And normally, 9 out of 10 times, it's either miscommunication, it's either the instructions he's given they're not following, or at times he has been delayed and he hasn't been as quick in doing things, or there's been certain mistakes on draft copies, but they're very silly mistakes. It's not anything that can't be rectified. So because I know he's a good man and I'm a very loyal friend, and if I see a wrongdoing, I have to say it, I commented on Simon's post and on his video, YouTube, one of them. And this was my comment. Basically, before I say the comment, and I haven't listened to all the YouTubes because they actually infuriate me, because it's a load of cobswallops and it's a very one-sided story. And when I first saw this live, I actually contacted Simon because we were talking then, and I said to him, you're wrong. You are very, very wrong on this occasion. And in fact, it transpires that he's been wrong on a number of people. But it's all just, you know, when he's got something in his head and he's got something to say, that is it. Tunnel vision, doesn't want to know. He's right all the time. And I said to him, you're wrong on this occasion. And he says, no, I'm not, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, you are wrong on this occasion. But he carried on and we had a disagreement, we had an argument, and he blocked me. Okay, fair enough. But one of the first things I said to him is, you have not even contacted Darren to get his side of the story. You've never spoken to him. You're now doing a live recording with people to discredit Darren, and yet you've not actually taken his side of the story, or, you know, tried to phone him and say, look, you know, you're going through court, this, that and the other, what's your take, let's sort this out. None of it. So you've just jumped on and bang, you're attacking this man. On these lives, there's a lot of allegations which are false. One of them in specific is that allegedly Darren told people that he's a solicitor. Now, in every video that you will see of Darren, there is not one mention of him ever saying he's a solicitor, he's a lawyer, he's a barrister. Never, ever has he ever said that. If anyone can bring up any recordings, any phone recordings, private recordings, messages or online chats, anything where Darren has said he's a solicitor, I will do a live and I will slap my face senseless to show you that I was wrong. I'll give myself a slap. So in these lives, they are accusing him of being a solicitor. So there you go. Already there's a whole load of misinformation. Something that Simon doesn't like being said about him, yet quite happily will have it on his channel. Now, why do I need to speak about Simon? He's actually a very dangerous man. Very dangerous. And you'll see why. In the conversation about trusts, Simon's like, oh, how much? How much for this trust? 13,000? Oh my God, that was for 7 or 8 trusts. If Simon knows anything about trust specialists, he'll know that trusts actually can go for extortionate amount of money. Some of them, millions. I think one trust was 1.2 million. They can even go up. They can be 20, 30, 50, 80,000. It really depends on how tailored you are. The very wealthy elites of this world have got everything in trust. They pay extortionate amount of money, which means nothing to them, to put everything in a trust. Remember, a trust is protecting your assets and making everybody believe you own nothing, because you'll be happy when you own nothing. They've protected it through specialized trusts. So in these interviews, let me see if I can see any comments, right? After this live, I can still get it. He's horrible, isn't it? You've got no time for this. Be careful what you say, everyone, on the lives. Be careful what you say on your comments. Be careful what you say about him, because he will literally come to you. He has inboxed people. He has contacted people's work. He has left really negative reviews on Trustpilot and Google, whatever. We'll go through that. In this discussion of him with a woman who is, you know, flattering her eyebrows at him and, you know, doing all the Google eyes, he's mocking a man who is hard of hearing. He actually has a hearing aid because he can't hear well. They're actually mocking him because he's hard of. So they're mocking his disability. They're making fun of his disability. I will come back to that. And they're talking about how much, you know, his trusts are not worth anything. In fact, allegedly, the judge said that his trust was word soup, which is, it's not true. Because if you go to court for a dispute on payment, the judge is not there to look at the trust. So the judge can't actually pass judgment on a trust. And if he does, then he's not a good judge, because that's not what he's there to judge. And 9 out of 10 of them don't know how to deal with trusts. And something that keeps popping up in my head is making me wonder, with some of the things that Simon says. Do you remember that playing Simon Says? One, is he trying to keep people in the legal system? And 2, is he targeting people who are actually really, really good at what they're doing because he's trying to stop? And this is a question. I'm asking a question. And I will say this, why? I will point out why. So, because one thing is for sure, knowing what I know about Darren, how long I've known him, I've seen his trusts. I've seen many other trusts. And there's other trust specialists that work with Darren. And his trusts are superb. However, there's always room. It doesn't matter how good you are at writing something, doing something. There will always be room for mistakes. There will always be room for miscommunication. There will always be room for something or other. People, you will never please everyone. So whatever's going on between Darren and whoever going to court and whoever he's dealing with, that's up to them. That is not my concern. My concern is that a good man is being slated on a one-side story and he's a friend. So I end up commenting on his wall. And he's really, honestly, this is very dangerous. And I explain why. You're dealing with someone who's trying to help you, allegedly. You're dealing with a grown man, allegedly. And he needs, one of his YouTube talks, he says, so basically if Darren doesn't come onto his show, then he's lying. So this was my comment. Maybe I was a bit harsh. And so I said, so what you're saying is that if Darren doesn't want to come onto your crap show, he must be lying. You yourself are full of crap, Simon. As I said before, and this is fact, many have come forward to me where they have felt scammed by you, and that's true. I've had a number of people come forward to me, especially when I actually done the live with Simon. They came forward and they said that they have been ripped off by him. But, oh, please, you can't say that about Simon. No, you can't. Because what happens now is you'll have civil claim against you, you'll have police knocking at your door, you'll have X, Y, and Z. You have made many allegations in this video without evidence, and quite clearly you lack trust, knowledge, clearly, right? I know Darren, and he would never scam anyone. He totally would not. He's not a scammer. He's been accused of being a con man. He's been accused of being a scammer. He's been accused of being whatever. It's not true. He will always try and resolve any conflicts and ensure the job gets done. How do I know that? Because people have come to me. They may have had difficulties trying to get hold of him, or he's been a bit late. I will phone it. It'll be straight on there and it's all dealt. But again, you cannot please everyone. Anyone that's got a business, anyone that knows anything about working with people, you cannot please everyone. Just like not everyone cannot like me. I have haters. That's how it is. We cannot all be the same. We will always have difference of opinions. There will always be conflicts. There may at times be a lack of proper communication, but it can be resolved. But to slate his character, I mean to mock him because, and this was just one of the things, mocking him because he's hard of hearing because he wears a hearing aid. Talking to him like, you know what, he talks out of his arse. He should get his anus checked, anal checked because more, and you know, they're doing this online. So I'm like, no, you're out of order. You're slating his character. Then you slate his work when you don't understand it and make assumptions based on his opinion. You really are a slime bag, Simon. That's what I said. Well, that is a slime bag move. And yes, I will tell you to your face. You've already blocked me on Facebook and I don't give an F. Because if I ever see you, I will tell you to your face exactly what a little snake you are. And that's true, Simon. I will stand in front of you and tell you exactly what I think about you. And guess what? I'm entitled to my opinion. Just like you're entitled to your opinion. Trying to discredit people who are actually doing good work, who know the trust laws inside out, yet you think you know everything. I said, go F yourself, you snake. He wouldn't come onto your crappy show, even if you paid him. Scum. And then I did put another one. Oh, Simon, the stories I've been told about you already from people who've reached out to me because of the way you've hounded them. Seems you're not so white after all. That's where it started. And then the next thing, he has taken to Facebook. He's not very happy that I have said bad things about him or pointed out that he too is a bit of a scammer. Didn't like that. So we're just going to look at a few comments and we're going to put a few things together because here we have a one rule for one and one for another. And it's really unfair when you've got no evidence and you're trying to discredit a good man. Let the court case go through. Let it deal with that. But my question is why? Why are you attacking people that are trying to do good in this movement, that are actually trying to help? I cannot see any comments, so I'll have to come back to that. Why? So what I've got here, my first post was obviously he has got, I mean, very obsessive. I want to give you another word, by the way. This other word is called querulant. Have I said that right? Querulant. Querulant. How do you spell it? Do you know what this Italian in me? Querulant. Q-U. Okay, bye-bye. Querulant. L-A-N-T. A querulent is a person who is obsessively preoccupied with feeling wronged, especially over minor issues. In the legal system, the term is used to describe someone who repeatedly petitions authorities or pursues legal actions based on unfounded grounds. They are unusually persistent complainers. They are driven to pursue justice to the point of illness. Sounds like someone we know. So I've done a few statuses. I'll put it up on there. The sad thing is, he wants to know my full name. Does anyone know the full name of Laura Nina and her location? I feel a court claim coming on for defamation. The young lady fully supports Darren and believes I know nothing about trust. Actually, you don't know much about trusts. Let's have a look at one thing, and this is where I say to you, one of his favourite words, do I have any questions before I go on? One of his favourite sayings, apparently, let's have a look, sounds like me. Sounds like, yeah, it sounds like one of them as well. Any questions before I go on? One of his sayings is this. That's right, I've got so many screens. He says that government exists to control those people that cannot control themselves. Well, I think about that statement, and this is one of his favourite quotes, and he's actually put it in basically every single status that he's done for 2 days about me. But yeah, government exists to control those people that cannot control themselves. So therefore, if anyone thinks we don't need government, Simon will disagree with you. If anyone thinks that they can live under common law and be responsible for themselves, where if someone does you wrong, you deal with it, you take them to court, or you take a private prosecution, he doesn't agree with that, because that's where government exists for him, because people cannot control themselves. What he says about trusts, and it'd be great if I've got any trust specialists on here, he says every trust has a legal title. Darren and many others work in the private. He says if you have studied properly, you will be aware that the trustee holds the legal title. So therefore, every trust is enforced in a legal jurisdiction. Every trust is a legal trust and has to be recognised in legal land. Not entirely true. Not entirely true. So he advises people to go to estate planners who can provide you with a legal trust. And believe me, a lot of estate planners and trust experts actually don't know as much as you think they know. And we know that at the moment, especially if they're in legal land, and especially if you are a normie like us, they're not going to be completely on your side. And what he says is, unless they are legally qualified or legally licensed, no one can draft a trust. So this argument about Darren working in the private and drafting trusts for people, what he is saying is, because Darren is not licensed, because he's not a solicitor, he's not legally licensed, he's not a barrister, contrary to what they're saying about him, he's none of these. That means that he is committing prima facie criminal activities. So therefore, anyone like Darren who is creating these trusts in the private should be reported to the police and law society. So there's us all trying to work amongst each other to support each other, to stay out of the legal system, because the legal system belongs to the corpse, the dead. We all want to work in a private, but you've got people like Simon trying to keep you in the legal and telling you that government exists to control those people that cannot control themselves. Well, if you cannot control yourself, I'll tell you what exists. Police should be there to control the people that cannot control themselves. If they commit harm, injury, loss, fraud, it's a crime. Then you take out a private. That's how it should be. Instead of all these people making loads of money, government is not there for us. Government's there for themselves. So where he's wrong here is that everyone has a right to a private contract. You do not have to be legally qualified or a lawyer or a solicitor or legally trained or registered to create private contracts amongst each other. An accountant doesn't have to be registered on the accountancy board to help you do your accounts in the private and help you submit your accounts. So everyone has the right to private contracts amongst each other, and it is not a crime because it cannot be criminal because it was an agreement between two private parties. So the legal title, this is what Simon talks about. The legal title is a complete and utter smokescreen, but he's telling you about the legal title under the Legal Services Act 2007. Obviously, I've taken some advice on this, and if anyone wants to correct me, please do so. We'll see. But the legal title, again, pushing us into the legal realm, makes me wonder why. My understanding is the legal title is a smokescreen. A man is allowed to make a private contract in their own private capacity, as long as there's no harm, no loss and no injury. And if there is, there's private claims. An agreement is made by two parties. The Legal Services Act 2007, if you ask the Legal Services Act 2007, what is the restricted particles in the Legal Services Act, you will get a whole list of things that you can't do. So under the Legal Services Act, you are restricted. One of those restrictions is, some of them, sorry, is you can't represent anyone in court. Well, of course you can't. But you can be a Mackenzie friend, which is what we're doing. You see, a lot of, I mean, I haven't, but a lot of good people out there, they're not solicitors, they're not barristers, but they're becoming Mackenzie friends. So they're not lawyers, are they? They're not registered to the bar system, but hey, somehow they're still able to go to court and support each other in the private as a Mackenzie friend. So you can't speak for them, but you can help them. The conduct of litigation, so you cannot act as a litigant person for someone. Reserved instrument activities, and this is mainly the section under the Legal Services Act 2007. It's about preparing an instrument of transfer or charge of the Land Registry Act 2007. So you are not trust specialists unless they are registered under the legal system. They're not allowed to transfer title and charge for it. But you can help in the private. You can help them do it. But if you write a trust, you can do this at any time. Is creating a trust deed, creating a land title? Let's have a look. I'm going to another page. Anyone can be a Mackenzie friend. Yes, of course, legal title and equitable title. A private trust is a lawful. In the private, legal trust is not private. Thank you. Let's have a look. I've got something on this. Bear with me. Right. The question here is where were we? Right. The question here is creating a trust deed creating a land title? So the important part of it is it's all to do with the land title. You can't notarize or swear papers in. You can't take oaths. Yeah, that's fine. Just like lawyers. You know, a Mackenzie friend can't take an oath. They can't notarize papers. They can't represent someone. They can't litigate for someone, but you can still be a Mackenzie friend and support them. It's all about the land title, and only a solicitor or legally registered company can move the land title. But Darren's not moving land titles. This is the bit that is important, and this is the bit that Simon's missing, and this is why I say he has no knowledge about trusts, because Darren is not moving the land title. Maybe you do have knowledge about trust. I'll retract that statement in case I'm wrong. But maybe you're just missing this bit. Maybe you need to look into this a bit more, because it really does sound like you're keeping people in the legal here, because we are having a lot of success with a lot of people representing people in court. They're not legally trained. They're not part of the bar system, but yet they're Mackenzie friends and they're doing great work. Does that mean they can't do that? So only a solicitor or legally registered company can move a land title. What he is doing is creating a piece of paper. That's what he's doing. But anyone can guide you on this. And let's have a look. Where was I? Let's have a look at creating a trust deed. If you have a look at the legislation, is creating a trust deed is not specifically listed as a reserved instrument activity under the Legal Services Act 2007. However, it can sometimes fall into areas that are reserved if certain legal activities are involved, particularly when it concerns conveyancing and transferring land. So basically, you are not, if the trust deed does not involve the transfer of land or property, creating a trust deed is not a reserved activity. End of. So therefore, you're wrong, Simon. Judging by that statement, you are wrong. And so you have gone full on attack, because I've dared to tell you that you are out of order, one-sided, behaving like a snake, and I wouldn't want to come on your show if you paid me, and blackmailing Darren, telling him, if you don't come on my show, then you must be guilty. Mocking him. I think there was, like I said, there was another one. You mocked him by saying he needs an anal examination because he speaks out of his backside. God, Simon, you are just so amazing. You are so perfect. I mean, Darren cannot, or anyone else for that matter, cannot live up to your standards. Can they? Since I posted your screenshot, I have had so many comments of people that have been very unhappy with you. Not me, them. And they've dared to comment on my posts to express their disappointments in how the experiences they've had with you. Let's have a look. But can I just say, one of the main things that you pointed out was that apparently everybody is being anti-Semitic, because they've noticed your name, right? They've noticed your name and they've made comments against your name being of a certain origin, and straight away now you're on the anti-Semitic attack, on the racial attack, and you know, you want to sue everybody. But what's really funny here, I'll read this out first. What's really funny here is that you have picked on one lady who pointed out something about your name. He thinks by calling himself the Spaniard, we will not notice what is glaringly obvious. Usual deception. Why do you call yourself the Spaniard? You're not Spanish. That's what she means. But you obviously have taken it that they are being anti-Semitic. So now most of your comments on here are very much attacking, and you've inboxed people, you've attacked them. It's all on your wall, if anyone cares to go to Simon's wall. That he is absolutely raging with all of my followers because they are, you know, being anti-Semitic, and he's naming every single one of yous. Be careful, this is how this man stands. I mean, he can sit there and discredit everybody else, he can mock people, he can believe that he's right about everything, but don't you dare say something about him, because he's coming for you. And he is going to take out a civil claim against you. And he's reported you to the police. And if we go, Jesus, I don't even know how many statuses this man has done about me since yesterday. But hey-o, he's on to everybody. Does anyone know Laura's full name? PM me. He's interested in me. I'm sure you've got it by now. Yes, you have. Look at that. Laura Nina, aka Laura Donna Menino, is allowing and thereby encouraging anti-Semitic comments from her followers. Listen, I don't own my followers. I'm not a control freak. I'm not a control freak. I'm not one of these people that is going to come onto your page and tell your followers, how dare you say that about me? How dare you mock me? Do you know, I was mocked most of my life because I've got an Italian name. I used to get called cornetto, ragu. They never called me by my name because most people can't pronounce it. I got called all sorts. When I first came to this country, I was 10. I went to school and they used to sing me so many different songs, you know, just one cornetto, and they used to mock me for a joke. Did I cry? No, I didn't. I was 10 and I didn't cry. How old are you, Simon? And what are you doing? I was 10 years old. I went home and I laughed about it. I participated in the joke because it's just a joke. And you know, at the end of the day, if people want to say something about me, my energy field is able to cope with it. Guess what? My womanly, empowering, womanly energy field can bounce that shit off. Yours can't, can it? You have to go for people all the time. So you're coming for me. Now let's look at this anti-Semitic stuff, shall we? You actually yourself admitted in one of your posts on the 1st of April that your name is not even Jewish. So why are you getting angry? You said, I see anti-Semitism. What do you see? I wouldn't mind. I'm not even Jewish. So why are you getting angry? You just feel the need to attack everyone, even though you're not Jewish. You feel the need to attack everyone. And so you go on and on. So you're taking allegations against me. You're sending the police. Then you started on someone else. But what's really quite nasty is you've taken, this is really quite nasty. In fact, you know when I said to you, you're behaving like a snake? This is really very similar to the behaviour of a snake. What does a snake do? It slithers on its belly. And it's slimy. Yeah. And you can't trust it, can you? Because you don't know when it's going to bite. This lady made the comment. You've gone onto her page. You've then gone onto her company. You then go and email her company to find out what relationship she has in that company. And then you go and write a status about her on Trustpilot. What did you say? There you go. This is my review about this lady's company. It's such a shame and so surprising when someone from an Asian background engages in anti-Semitic abuse online, especially given the abuse that Asians have experienced. You felt that you had to go and post this on the company's website just to prove your point. I'd just like the customers to be aware that this lady, you've named her, I'm not going to, has joined an abusive online comments against me and has been reported to the police. What for? What for? Seriously, you're not even Jewish. You've admitted it yourself. If you have Jewish origins or Jewish friends, you may wish to think twice about doing business with this organisation. So now you're attacking this woman who works for the organisation and of telling people not to go to the organisation within seconds because it's upset your feelings. And also their website's not registered. Does not include a registered company address, so you've gone right into it. This lady was shit stirring on the Laura Nina Facebook page and eager to share the BS. And so you've taken it upon yourself to go on to this company and cry about the way you've been spoken to, or the fact that someone's made a reference to your surname because you're not Spanish. You're not Spanish, so why'd you call yourself the Spaniard? That's what she said. Oh my God. I've never met such a grown man that will cry and threat about anything that people have said about him. Let's have a look at a few more things that people have said about you, shall we? So you've admitted yourself you're not Jewish. Then we've got this lady. You messaged her as well. We've got someone. Years back, I did subscribe to his emails. Just watching, he had his secret meetings in the countryside, which seemed to me at the time quite a lot. I remember he did a seminar on reclaiming tax. This was the red flag. People have paid several hundreds, and by the time this time, and Simon had submitted the forms. And if memory serves me, it was before Christmas, and as time went on, they got nothing back. One lady that said this. People have spent thousands with you, with whatever company you were supporting, and guess what? Allegedly, they didn't get anything. Not the first one. Let's have a look at another one, shall we? Another lady. Oh, this lady, you've actually gone all the way again onto her business page and started attacking her. You must have a lot of time on your hands. I know I have, but you're meant to be a businessman. I mean, you've got all these people that you're working for and taking money for and trying to sort out their debts. She said he has done this to so many people now. Seems people do know you after all. Who are trying to help others, whether they are right or wrong, they're trying to help people. This man just discredits people and say, I'm going to sue, blah, blah. He has done this to 3 other people that I follow and myself. And so we have evidence that he is calling people out. And so should he try anything legal, you will have people who are able to help you. He's gone for this lady. He's attacked her business. We'll go into it, shall we? Here's my conversation with him below. Should anyone be interested? That is him. She's posted this on my wall if anyone's interested. In a PM, bear in mind, the PM came out of the blue. And this is what he calls my abusive. Hopefully he's sinister. Hopefully his insider in your group, Laura Nina, or better still himself, will pass this on to him. I really think he is a wee bit touched. I'm actually really grateful that he has shared my website. And we go on. He has messaged this lady only because people have been moaning that they have felt scammed. There's people that have paid thousands, £2,000 if my memory serves me right, in one of them, where they put out to get their, there you go, paid £2,000 to Simon Goldberg and empower the people to do their OID reclaims, their 1099 forms, where the 1099 forms are those ones where everything that you've spent through your bank, you're able to claim back. How many people have actually got their money back? From my understanding, no one. If there is, they had to sign a non-disclosure. No one knows about it, but I know people that done this. They've come to me. They said they never got a penny. They felt scammed. So just like whatever Darren's going through right now, other people have gone through this with you too, because you're providing a service and you get angry when people come to you and question you. You block them. To get onto your site, I've been told, you have to have an email address. And you have to have a guarantor, someone who's already on there that will vouch for you, because your site's very top secret. You will only have people on there that you can allegedly trust, because you don't want your work getting out. However, if they have a difference of opinion, you block them. I've had a number of people that have told me already, very, very abusive. You speak to them like crap. You throw them off even after they've paid. If you don't like their tone, or you don't like that they may be in a group or part of another group that you don't agree with, you throw them off. This is what I've been told. Who knows? But that's the feedback I'm getting. You guys only have to look at the... People have actually deleted their comments because Simon has actually attacked them, and they felt that they had to delete their comments. But just have a look at the thread. So you've gone to this lady and said to her, I presume you are happy for people to copy your prints and t-shirts without your permission. Since you seem to be slating me off for calling out those who copy my stuff, I will gladly advertise that you are happy for people to copy yours. Is that okay with you? The lady replies to you, oh, it's you with your nasty mouth. Someone who is very knowledgeable and who could help mankind is all about making money. Yes, you are all about making money. People already copy my work. It is part of the digital era. This is what this lady says, and she's absolutely right. We are in a digital era where a lot of work is already online. You can download it, you can use it. The most important thing is you know what you're doing with it. And a lot of people don't know. They just copy, paste and send. And that's where they fall prey. They don't understand what they're doing. But a lot of people's work, in fact, if you think it's your work, it probably isn't, because it probably stems from years and years of people's previous work, and everyone's taken bits of different each other's work and made it their own, but it's not literally yours. You weren't the one that first created it. We're all sharing everybody's work. That's how it is. And we have to like it and lump it. Much of my work is hanging in walls on China and Russia, for which I get no credit or financial reward whatsoever. Completely stolen. The whole thing, not just part. That as well. It is part of being on the internet. So just suck it up. And with your intelligence and knowledge, you should be doing a lot more for mankind than just trying to make money out of them. I wonder if you have any children and what sort of world you want to leave them. Your attitude makes one think that no, you do not. Thanks for looking at my work, though. Much appreciated. Have a nice day. You've retaliated with me, the nasty mouth. Check yourself. And what have you done to wake people up? How do you know what she's done? And help people. Before you throw stones, get your facts right. I've done more than ever. More than you could ever. No, you've done more than she could ever. If it were not for me, oh my God, do you remember the opening statement? Sounds a bit like that, doesn't it? If it were not for me and the very few like me, you probably would not even know about this stuff. Jeez, oh, Simon. God, thank you. Oh, Simon. I'm going to name you His Highness now, because if it weren't for you and the very few like you, we'd be lost. No thanks necessary. Oh, you didn't thank him. Did you not thank him? Why didn't you thank him? Go trust the guys who don't know what they're doing. Do your work. Do you work? Do you get paid? Or do you just claim off the state? Oh, no. Bad people claiming off the state, Simon. What are you going to do about them? I call out those who rip others off. Well, there's a whole trail. Go through my statuses about you, and guess what? There's a whole trail of people that have felt ripped off by you too. No one's perfect. Also, I prosecute those who steal from others. Wow. The first prosecution will come out this month. Watch the social media rooms. I'm attempting to upload standards of integrity. Unlike you, it would appear. Jeez. We're going to have to read that opening statement again at the end, aren't we? So, I'm really doing this without watching any comments. I'll go through the comments in a minute. So the ladies replied, you need to look at yourself. I have heard that exact same scenario with regards to yourself, i.e. you are stealing their work. There you go. This lady knows. You have a nasty mouth. Absolutely what I've heard too. Guess what? Sue me for that. Send me the police round. Send me civil papers. Take me to court. I don't care. That is what I've heard. Are you going to sue me for what my ears have heard, what my eyes have read? There you go. And you are forever calling people out. Even my personal friends who you have called out thick when they were just asking you a question. That I've heard too, funny enough. This individual who you called thick to their face went to Cambridge and highly intelligent. Perhaps you should look at how you present things and why they cannot understand. Is because you do not describe things very well. Well, let's hope you do not get a counterclaim against you for plagiarising their work. Oh, Simon, could you possibly be plagiarising someone's work? You are not helping the cause. Your attitude is such that you appear to be controlled, paid for opposition, and your credibility is rock bottom. It does make me wonder why you would want to discredit good people and keep people in the legal system. Why? Why are you trying to keep people in the legal when everybody's trying to get away from the legal, but yet you're saying we need governments to control people? So, you say, really? Who says I've stolen their work? Name someone and I will sue their ass. Of course you are. Of course you do. You must be sat behind that desk all day long writing out legal papers for everyone you're going to sue. Be careful what you comment on here, people. Simon's coming for you. Do not say anything anti-Semitic because he's not Jew. He's not Jew, but he will come for you. Your opinion is of little meaning to me. How can you say that when you're actually inboxing and targeting people who are giving you their opinion? I have been calling people out since last April, yet have been on the scene for 16 years. What changed things? Ever asked yourself that? You know nothing. You're very confident this lady knows nothing. Which friends are you referring to? Hearsay. Show me the facts. I don't repeat things I've just heard about you because that would be hearsay. I have no idea. Simon, you're actually quite boring. I can't go on because it's boring me, but that is what we are facing with. Oh, let's see. There was that lady. Oh, there's another one. Let me have a look. I've got her here. Did I not upload her? I will have to find her. Oh, there she is. Another lady you've targeted. She's commented on there. He ripped me off £300 for signing up to the mortgage crap in 2018. Got a report that didn't even reference my lender, but the services. I asked for it back and got abused and blocked by others he's in with. Nasty effing idiot Simon is. Taking advantage of vulnerable, desperate mortgage victims. By the way, that's not the first comment. I've had quite a few. I've had a few other private messages about it. Let's have a look. Do I have any comments? Because I am literally ranting on and I can't see anything. And that, do I have any comment? I think it's sad that we all fight and yet our combined knowledge is in some... I know, you are right, we shouldn't be. But the problem is we are dealing with people who have a unreasonable high sense of their own importance. And they need to seek too much attention and want people to admire them. We are dealing with these people for real. We literally are. And so it gets in between doing the right thing and doing what they want to do. The ego. They're driven by the ego. And so there's a difference between, you've got to look at a situation and go, you know, am I doing the right thing for such and such, or is this all about me? And we have a lot of it's about me. Like in the movement, we were moaning about the people that weren't speaking up about COVID. And they were saying, well, I'm all right, Jack. I'm all right. These I'm all right, Jack dudes, you know, that as long as they're okay, that's fine. And this is what we're facing within the truth movement as well. I hope he gets it to court. Missing messages. I hope he gets it. Then we will see his accounts. There's, yeah, the mortgage securitization scam was all about inquiring people's sensitive data. That I've also been told about. You see, you've been doing this a long time. That means if you've been doing this a long time, there should be thousands of people. All right, let's give it hundreds of people on my Facebook that should come out and say, actually, no, he's done this for me, he's done that for me, he's given me this time, he's given me blah, blah, blah. I've got one guy that messaged me. I've got so many messages, bear with me, I have to find it. And he was shocked the way you treated him. Because he asked you a question. He asked if you could help him with something, with a bit of advice. And he never asked you to do it for me, for free. He said he asked for help and you declined. Money wasn't mentioned. You told him you don't have time to help people for free. But isn't it amazing how you can be on a live to discredit someone else with, you know, give yourself to time for a woman who's literally fluttering her eyelids at you and going all goo goo gaga, and you will do a whole hour with her for free just so you can discredit someone else. But someone coming to you wanting genuine help, you haven't got time for that, because time costs money. In fact, it's one of your statuses. I can't go through them all because you wrote so many trying to discredit everyone. But you actually mentioned it very recently in one of your statuses. Time is money. Unless you're a woman and you're fluttering your eyelids and helping him take down his competitors, if you like. And then you've got time for these people. Then you can do it. Anyway, it's in there. His statuses are so long, I can't deal with it. Oh, and let's address this one, by the way, Simon. Just need to rectify something. He wrote a status about me saying, here's something Laura will not want her followers to learn. I'm sharing it with you right now. You've probably already read this. A few months back, perhaps 6 months ago, Laura and I were chatting. it followed the red pill day. He asked me to do a red pill day to jump on and have a chat. I agreed. Laura was pissed off with her followers because she had asked for donations and was being slated by them, and I was being called a grifter because I put a buy me a coffee link, right? Now, I don't know if this is true or not because I don't really spend time on her faceache page. I'm going by what she said to me, of course, which I didn't. Her followers, and you guys are my followers, will know if this is true or not because they will no doubt remember it. Laura was slating her followers because they refused to give her money. Yet she's here slating me because we have created a formula which ensures the members of the whatever platforms pay and use and sustainability of the platform. The point is she's lagged her followers off rotten. Right, you guys are my followers. And most of you, or some of you, know me really well from behind the scenes. I left it to all of you independently, individually, if you want to donate to a buy me a coffee link. I wasn't slagging anyone off if you didn't want to do it. I wasn't getting upset because people didn't want to donate. I'm not here to force you or control you or coerce you or blackmail you or get you to sign up to a monthly membership. I left it to you. And it was in support of upgrading my equipment and maybe helping with a bit of diesel to get to these repossessions that we were doing at the time. So, Simon, I never said this to you. So please, once again, please get your facts right. I'm not going to sue you for it. I'm not going to sue you or come for you for defamation because I'm actually a big girl. I can handle it. I've had worse thrown at me. And in fact, over the last 4 years, I've had so much crap thrown at me. I've been threatened to be killed. I've been threatened to be beaten up. My address has been exposed. That's how, you found it. I've gone through the mills, and guess what? I never sued anyone because I'm a big girl. Sticks and stones and all that. There's bigger fish to fry. There's bigger fights to have. And you, too little a fight for me to go and waste my time on you. This is the best you're going to get. This is just for entertainment purposes. So, my followers, right? Who is this man? I've never, ever moaned about anyone because they're not donating. I don't care. It's all down to you. I'll still do what I can do, whichever way it goes. Oh. I have no idea how that happened. Whichever way it goes, it's all down to you. But let's look at how much harm and loss you've caused. I know. I'll have to get rid of him. Who is this man? Where's he gone? I ain't got your address. Trevor, it's with the trolls. The trolls have got it. He's got to go. Who is this? If he comes up again, I'm going to have to get rid of him. How much harm have you caused? How much harm? I'm probably going to get police knocking on my door. I mean, there's me. Listen, there's me putting buy me a coffee link so that I can try and upgrade my equipment so that I can give you a better entertainment, better. This man's got to go. Sorry, guys, I've got to block someone. He's gone. Bakzad man. I don't know who you are. So I'm still doing what I can. I'll still bring what I can. That's not going to change. I'll put this buy me a coffee link, but you are actually attacking people. And there's people that are too scared to come out and tell and be public about it because they're actually signed up to your site. And they don't want to lose whatever it is because obviously some of your stuff is really, really interesting. But you're charging and it went up. Oh, let me find the other one. It went up, didn't it? It went up. Let me see if I can find. Someone doesn't want to say anything because you attacked her. And she's decided to take her comments down because, again, she can't deal with the attacks. So people have deleted their comments on Facebook, which is really sad, isn't it? It's sad that you can't just be yourself. I've got, you blocked another guy because he was asking questions. You didn't like it. Here we are. There's this one. As I've commented, I decided to disengage because it's becoming increasingly threatening to this person. They've kept records and comments they've made, but because they were being attacked just for disagreeing or just for pointing things out, just for pointing out that maybe you are scamming people. Maybe, who knows? That's what I've heard. I'm entitled to share what I've heard. You've done it. Everybody does it. We learn, we share, we whatever. But you are attacking me and trying to make allegations, and you're attacking Darren. And it makes me wonder why. Why keep people in the legal when we are trying to get out of the legal? Because that's exactly where we don't want to be. Does he have a page or profile? Yeah, he does. He's blocked me. He blocked me a long time ago when I told him he's wrong. Whatever's happening, going through court, let it go through court. Yeah, Robert Odek from, I think he's got some claims against Ian Stamp. He's got, I don't know who he's attacking. I really don't. But there's one. I've got one more. So I've got this one here. Someone had a conversation. No, they didn't. It was a screenshot of a conversation where Simon's partner, Simone, defamed someone by claiming that whoever this person was, I don't know, there's no name, but there was an argument, and it seems that Simon's partner, Simone, attacked this person and said such and such is a puppet who rapes children. Wow. Now there is a real defamation if I've ever heard it, and this is your partner. Simone, am I right? She's your partner. You have is it Empower the People YouTube channel? I mean, it's quite frightening when your own partner can go and attack someone they don't know and call them child rapists. I mean, that's pretty serious, isn't it? Did you sue your partner for saying that? Because that is pretty serious. Guys, this is all on my Facebook. This is on there if you want to have a look. I bet you didn't, but you'll attack me because I'm telling you, or I've told you that you're behaving like a snake, and that everybody else on Facebook is calling you out for being a scam, and now you are taking to suing absolutely everyone. But your partner can go and call someone a child rapist just to defame them for no reason whatsoever. How did that go? Anyway, what have we got? No, I've never moaned about donations. Oh, look, he's just posted something about me. I'm moaning about people moaning about me, buy me a coffee link, not because they're not donating. Do I have any questions? He's just done. If you guys want to go and have a look, please do. I thought, any questions? Project Jericho, Slumshire, Jody, Robert Deck, all profited from the last 30k. We got nothing but a badly written statutory declaration. When challenged, we got blocked. Yeah, that's the problem. And I think this is another thing that's going on, is that Simon's blocking people who are asking the wrong questions or taking up too much of his time, because time is money unless you flatter your eyelids, and you know, then that's different. You really spoke to that person who was a child. Yeah, I did. I spoke to her. You're right. But I'm not going to give... I spoke to them, sorry. And I'm not going to give name. Can't hear, I'm at work. Sorry. Any questions? Hi, Norm. So I don't know what's going to come out from this. You guys feel free to go and have a look at his page. Simon, you're watching me because you've just posted about me. How are you? How's things? I'm waiting for your civil claims, is it, or your police? Which one is it? Is it police? Are you sending the police round first? I mean, it's quite, do you know, I've got to say, actually, if the police turn up at my door and they try and do anything, it makes me think, you see, I couldn't do anything about the threats to kill. And the police said to me, yes, absolute evidence. I was threatened to be killed. They had all the evidence and they still couldn't do anything. So if you do happen to send the police to me and something does happen to me, it makes me wonder, who are you really working for? What power do you have? Who are your people? In fact, I said you've said you've got a team of investigators. Who are you really? How much power do you really have? Why are you trying to keep people in the legal? Why are you trying to discredit good people that are actually doing good work? I'll wait and see. Let's see how far it goes. Let's see how far you're going to attack me and everybody else that makes a comment, maybe in agreement, maybe even a laugh, maybe something that you don't like. Let's see how far it goes. Is it just because you have a high sense of importance of yourself? Or do you have certain backups behind the scenes that most of us don't have? Do you have, you know, a golden ticket that you can say and do whatever you want because you'll have people looking after you? Just wondering. Message me in regarding Harlow. Okay, can you drop me a message, because I'll probably lose your message, Nicola. The only way to learn is to make mistakes. I've made, yep, absolutely. We've got to make our own mistakes. And the point goes back here. Be careful who you follow. The only way that we are going to get out of any of this is by doing our own work, learning what we can and putting it forward ourselves. Simon, can you bring your account to court? I think that's being looked. I hope you read back these messages. What am I missing? I couldn't see any of these messages. I can't believe this. Has anyone got anything they'd like to add before I finish? Because I don't want to go too crazy on this. But again, like I said, everything you're saying is an allegation anyway. You haven't actually got much evidence. But let's see if police do knock on my door. Let's see how far it goes between you and I. How much you're going to sue me. How much you're going to take me to court. Because I've said a few words that hurt your feelings. I mean, this is just, you're meant to be a man fighting, you know, to restore some kind of, you know, equilibrium in this world. And you're worried about something that people have said online because they're not in agreement with you. And now you want to do law cases and sue everyone and call the police on anyone. He has no legal qualifications, oh, doesn't he? Well, that's an interesting one. Let's find out about that, shall we? Yeah. And he's a charlatan, apparently. It wasn't my words. Someone just said it. If all this anger could be directed to the real enemy, exactly. It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? But no, he directs his anger at a woman. Woman, you're a really nice man. Because I said that I wouldn't even come on your shitty show. And you're full of crap. And that's what got you going. You want my name, you want my address, you want to target everyone. I mean, come on, people, think about this, really. You've got a man who's meant to be intelligent, he wanted to become a policeman. He did go through and, you know, apparently got accepted, decided he didn't want to be a policeman, became a banker. Wow, that's even better. Part of the big, you know, biggest mafia cartel in the world, banking. And then gone from policeman to banking, two of the people that we are not happy with at the moment, to then joining in Truth Movement and selling you, joining you to these private websites so that all his work can be shared with only particular people and you can get kicked off at any time. And there you go. You're an intelligent man and you want to attack women for having a difference of opinion or calling you mean names. Are we at school? Miss, she called me a mean name. And this is what it's like. I would like you to address me as I'd like you to address me as a Jamaican from now on. And if you question me on this, I'll take you to court for racism. Thank you, Jay. Justin. Yeah, I'm going to have to address him as the Jamaican, even though, you know, he's not. But if I disagree, he can do me for racism. This is how hypocritical it all is. Even though, you know, he's admitted he's not Jewish, but he's going to do you all for anti-Semitism. Okay. Oh, God. How would you have felt if you was in my shoes and you got told that you are part of the Sicilian Mafia and that you're working with the commissioner, police, whatever, and that all the repossessions are staged and blah, blah, blah. I bet you would have cried, wouldn't you? You're a Spaniard. Yeah, what is a Spaniard? That's very clever. Thank you. Spagnard as well. Spy. Are you? Question. I'm allowed to ask questions, aren't I? Are you a spy? Are you keeping people in the legal? Are you trying to discredit good people that are trying to do good work? Do you really know anything about trusts? Because as we've already established, just because it's a legal title doesn't mean there can't be a private agreement between two private people. As long as the paperwork is all done properly, it can still be, the legal title can still be registered. Because all you need is the right forms to do so. You send them off and it's all done. But in law, everyone has the right to a private contract. And that's where we're at. And that is why I believe you're wrong. And you are trying to keep people in the legal system. And as per your famous words, governments exist to control people that cannot control themselves. How do you guys feel about that statement? When I say that to you, that's what he says. Go and have a look. It's on his videos. In fact, it's on his one statements. Governments exist to control people that cannot control themselves. Wow. How do you feel about that? What is he doing with everyone's data? That's a good question. That's a good question. What are you doing with everyone's data? Interesting. Good question. Someone says you're a con man. Weren't my words. Have a look. Be careful, because he'll inbox you, he'll sue you, he'll send the police round. So, but it weren't me, Simon. It was her. Let's go back to childhood playground. Miss said a bad word. Weren't me, miss. It was her. It was him. I'll read some more. If he ain't Jewish, he may be one of them fake ones mentioned in Revelations 2.9 and 3.9. I'm going to have to look at those. Seems like some men think they can control us when they can't. Data worth more than gold. Absolutely, LJ. The data is worth a lot. I mean, we have got a lot of data harvesters at the moment. You know, people that want you to sign petitions, people that want you to sign letters to send to whoever, which do absolutely nothing. But hey-oh, I'm only itching my nose. Okay, I'm not doing the white lines. I've just got an itch. And data is worth a hell of a lot. And you seem to have accumulated a hell of a lot of data over the years. So what are you doing with this data? I mean, what if people done DSARs with you? What would come back from that? Anyone that's done things with you and they would have a right to a DSAR, what would come back? Perhaps ask his company's data controller. That's an interesting one. What else? What else we've got? Any more questions? Anyone want to say? Please don't say anything bad, because you know you're going to get reported. You're going to get. I'm probably missing. Honestly, I am probably missing more messages, because I really have had a lot more. Right, where is it? Oh, what's this company? Government exists for people that cannot control themselves, which begs the questions about people that can control themselves are self-governed. Yeah, well, they are self-governed. Most of us should be self-governed. The government are not there to control people that cannot control themselves, because we all have rights to be human, to be men and women, and we make mistakes. And yeah, and when we make a mistake, we don't need government. We need the right law. Governments are there for corporations, not for people. I bet his head's on fire right now. Stand well away, because when he blows, we have all had it. You have. Not me, Gov syndrome. Sorry. Oh, his head must be on fire, because he's already wrote a status about me and I'm still on the live telling me that I'm lying about not being angry with the buy me a coffee link. Oh God, do I have to read it? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, that freaking hell. You've gone way back. You've gone back to 2023, 28th of August 2023. Simon, I'm impressed. How did you find this? Have you been trawling my Facebook? Oh God, I have to laugh. I hope you guys are laughing with me. Jeez. I've been limiting my face on Facebook, my time on Facebook from doing live chats. I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm still trying to deal with important messages while going through my own emotions and transitions. That's very true. I'm done with so many people and their unhealthy egos, their rotten desire for money. This is my status. Knowing money has been the root of evil in this world, actually, is the attitude towards money, and the serious lack of logic, critical thinking and discernment which still exists. I've lost people and I initially thought highly of. This is over a year ago, and it's still really relevant. I've lost people. I need glasses, by the way. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be wearing glasses for reading. So forgive me. I have to put it out here. If anyone's got any remedies to bring back my sight so I don't need to, exist anyway. I've lost people where I initially thought highly of simply because I don't agree on the same solutions as them. Do you know, it's still happening right now. Still happening right now. I've lost good friends because of difference of opinions, because they can't cope with the fact that I might not agree. People I once looked up to and classed as friends can easily distance themselves, whatever. Geez, Simon. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to read all of it. I've been attacked for apparently being a grifter just because someone I once classed as a friend wanted to give me some money to support me. Instead, why are we bringing this up? Where does it say here that I'm upset about people? Let's go back. I'm being attacked for apparently being a grifter just because someone I once classed as a friend wanted to give me some money to support me. She insisted as I was struggling and she would not take no because she wanted to help me. But now I'm rumoured as a grifter. I'm being attacked for promoting the underdogs to help support their small businesses, as I know how hard it is. But once again, I'm meant to be grifting and taking. Simon, what are you trying to prove with this? Really, I have no idea what you're trying to prove with this. You're saying she's never moaned about donations. I was donated. Oh, Simon, you really are. I thought you was intelligent. Pinhole glasses, Laura. They exercise the eye muscles, prescriptions reduce. Can you send me that? I've never seen anything like it. First greed, then ego, then karma kicks in. Yeah, I'm just struggling to see close up now, that's all. Don't get glasses, Laura. They make you a regular customer. It's very true. Yeah. I have no idea what he's trying to prove with this status. I made a comment about a year ago. I'm impressed that you're trawling through my Facebook. Go on. Keep going. A year ago. I'm impressed, Simon, giving me that much attention. Oh. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, there you go. I'm misleading. Oh, another status you've just done 41 minutes ago. So you are watching. Oh dear. Now Laura Nina is misleading her followers by claiming you do not need to be legally qualified to draft a trust. Oh, I said you don't need to be registered. She seems to think that some trusts have no legal title. No, they do have legal title, but you don't have to be registered to create the paperwork. She seems to think that some trusts. She also claims to have taken advice on matters. Who from? A lamppost? Oh, no, I wasn't talking to you. I have told her 1 billion times on this, and this can be checked in any academic book. Every trust has a legal title, you're right. That is basic day one knowledge about trust. A trust is created by splitting the absolute title into legal and equitable. Yeah, that's right. But you do not have to. You can create a private agreement and then you register whatever paperwork to change the title. And she has the audacity to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. How dare you, Laura? Just go Google it. For the love of Christ. The blind leading the blind, very dangerously. Thankfully, we have it all on tape. She's hanging herself. Oh, God. Sorry. I'm just going to hang myself. Yeah, you don't register a trust with the government. No, it's all about the legal title. It's a time to be together on such matters, but we should all remember not to cause no harm, loss or injury. Trust in who we follow. Yep, absolutely. So what is It's a Coffee? At least you're not scamming people. It's open for everyone to make their own decisions. Again, as I revert back, The legal title is a complete and utter smokescreen. A man is allowed to make a private contract in their own private capacity. No harm, no loss, no injury. An agreement is made by two parties. The Legal Services Act. You have to just go and ask the Act. What is the restricted practices in the Legal Services Act? So you can, preparing an issue, you can prepare the documents and then you send off the relevant paperwork to transfer the legal title. You don't need to be a registered solicitor to do that. Just that you don't need to be a solicitor, registered solicitor to be a Mackenzie friend and help someone. You don't register it with the government. So that is what I'm trying to say. Just because someone might have the name registered, you know, at the bar doesn't mean they know more than someone who isn't registered. Anyway, do I have any more questions? Thank you, Paul, for sending me that. I appreciate it. No, can't take that call right now. Do I have any questions? Because I'm going to end up hanging myself, apparently. What can I hang myself? Jesus Christ. You get a solicitor to ID your forms. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. You know, thank you. It literally is all about the forms. You fill in the forms and you get solicitors to do it. You transfer the legal title. But as we said, everyone has a right to a private contract. Not everything has to be legal, under the legal, so that they can watch your every move. I bet you want me to register my chickens. I bet you want me to register my chickens. I bet you want me to chip my cats. Would I not be entitled to medical care if my cats have not been chipped? What else? Yeah. So anyway, by the way, the white lines is just a joke, a bit of humour. We're entitled to, you know, a bit of humour. There's loads of sketches about me that have been put out there which are humorous, actually made me laugh too. I have to give it to, you know, the people that have done that. And you do not need to be legally trained to get rights of audience either. Interesting. No, he hasn't come off Facebook. He's probably blocked you because you don't agree with him. Yeah. So, you know, you guys know that I've been through trolling, but I kid you not, the amount of trolling that I have laughed with them. I've laughed. It's been entertaining. We've had some entertaining lives back at it. And, yeah. Oh, Ian, he's blocked you too. Why did he block you, Ian? Spiders Web Britain. Right, Spiders Web Britain Second Empire on YouTube tells you everything. So if you guys want to go and watch that. So why are these trusts unknown to any legal team or government? That's why they can hide their money. He hasn't come off Facebook, he's blocked you. You registered your cat who identifies as a turkey. That's fantastic. So there you go. Any more questions? Why has he blocked you, Ian? Simon. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. How you doing, Simon? Do you want to pass me my letters? You know, the civil claim or whatever it is you're doing. Do you want to just pass it to me now? Oh, by the way, if you've emailed me, you said you've emailed me. I've not received anything. So, sorry. I don't know where it is, what it is. Maybe you've got the wrong email address, but allegedly. Hope the grease ball blocks me. That wasn't my words. Sorry, wasn't my words, but someone did say that. It was her, miss. It was her. LJ. Yeah, well, let's see. I've had other people that have come forward that told me that they got scammed. I've got another lady here. Property business that he has that buys houses. What property business that he has that buys houses? And what are you doing with all the people's data? Yep. Do you have a property business that buys houses? That's a good question. Okay, so, oh, he blocked me today. Lisa, he blocked you. Why? Did you not see the screenshots I posted? He lied in a post. He said they asked for his help and his time for free, and the screenshot message where I said, I'm happy to pay you for your time. Yeah, if he doesn't, yeah. If you did the limited company, Laura, they would have not got your meters. I don't think that's true. I really don't. Oh, we blocked you because you'd called him childish and arrogant. How dare you, Lisa? How dare you? The reason they would still come for your meters, and I'm not going to talk about the meters too much because I'm going to come back and do something, but even if you create a limited company, you don't own the meters. And that's what it's about. And I'm in a process of getting meters installed. Simon's going to like this one. Legally! And therefore they will be my meters legally. And so that's what it's true, they've left me well alone. Wait and see, because you don't own the meters. It doesn't matter if you register yourself as a company, you don't own the meters, they do. And that's what it's all about, the meters. Anyway, any more questions? I hope this has been entertaining. It has been entertaining to me. Again, as I've said, if anyone, if you get, if I get arrested, if I get sent down, whatever, you have to ask yourself, who is Simon Goldberg really working for? Is that even his real name? I mean, we've got the Spagnard, White Lines, White Rabbit, Simon Goldberg. Is that even his name? Yeah, I had both my meters for the past 6 years. Excellent. I had mine for 3. So he had an email thread and he said, give me bullet points about what happened. And I gave him detailed messages about what the situation was, but he wanted bullet points like a little school homework project. I've heard this so many times. I've literally heard this so many times. Oh, poor guys, seriously. Can you get your own meters? Yes, you can. By law, you can have your own meters. You absolutely can. So you can, you don't even need to do it secretly. You have the right in law to get your own meters. And this is what I'm doing at the moment. Anyway, back to Simon. Back to Simon. Hi, Simon. Any questions? I'm going to go. I hope this has been entertaining. He should unblock you. He could have unblocked me, couldn't he? And do a live that would be comedy gold. Oh, I couldn't even talk to him. Listen, let's end this, right? Because you guys weren't here from the very beginning. Let's end this on the opening statement. Again, this is for all of us. This is like, you know how we do a prayer at the end of the... this is educational. This is no relevance to Simon. But if the shoe fits, of course. But let's end this on this note. We all know someone, somewhere in the movement that has these traits. Narcissistic personality disorder, I'm not going to read all of it, just a few, is a mental health condition in which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They need and seek too much attention and want people to admire them. How dare you don't agree with me? I'm inboxing you. How dare you don't agree with me? How dare you call me a liar, a scammer, a thief, or whatever? I'm going to leave a review on your works page to tell you that you're anti-Semitic and you shouldn't be because you're Asian. And that you've been commenting on Laura. Listen, this is so pathetic, I have to say. This man, this man has literally left a review, right, on this business page about this woman. And he said that this woman has joined an abusive, at her workplace, has joined an abusive online comments against me and has been reported to the police. If you, whatever. And then he's gone on to say, this woman has been shit stirring on the Laura Nina Facebook page. You've gone to someone's work to tell them that this woman's been commenting on someone else's Facebook page. That is how childish you are. Do you know what? That is insane. This is incredible when you really think about it. You've a grown man who's meant to be educated, intelligent, a man You've actually taken it upon yourself, because you didn't like the comment she put on my Facebook, to go and put on her work's TripAdvisor. She was commenting on Laura Nina's Facebook page saying bad things about me. I mean, seriously. And you guys are saying to me that this man is great, that this man is brilliant, that he's done some brilliant work. Well, this brilliant man is a frigging child. You are being, don't bite, I'm not biting. But yeah, so anyway, we go back. It's just crazy. I can't get my head around it. Absolutely cannot get my head around it. We all know someone that is an egotistical, I can't say that word out loud. Hope they grow a pair soon. He's a right, whatever intelligence means. I can't believe that someone has done that. I mean, of all the things to do. For nothing as well. Did you buy anything from that business? No, you didn't. Do you even know what that business is about? Do you know anything? No, you just want to go and leave a TripAdvisor comment. They've commented on Laura Nina's Facebook. They go, who the freaking hell is Laura Nina? Who is it? What is this about? Nothing to do with her job. That's a very sick, immature, disturbing thing to do. That's not even playing by the rules, if there are rules. I don't even know. Are there rules? Seriously. There should be some rules. Anyway, let's go back. People with this disorder may lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. But behind this mask of extreme confidence, they are not sure of their self-worth. Sounds about right. And are easily upset by the slightest criticism. A narcissistic personality disorder causes problems in many areas of life, such as relationship, work, school, or financial matters. People with narcissistic personality disorder may be generally unhappy and disappointed when they're not given the special favours and admiration that they believe they deserve. You're right. It's very true. And we've got one here, haven't we? Let's have a look. We have it here. This is a prime example. There you go. When he's speaking to that lady, check yourself. And what have you done to wake people up and help people? Before you throw stones, get your facts straight. I've done more than you ever could. Again, admiration. Simon, we admire you. Simon says, admire him, worship him. If it were not for me and the very few like me, you probably would not even know about this stuff. That sounds like a really abusive relationship. That really sounds like an abusive relationship. Needs airing. He's brought it on himself. That really sounds like an abusive relationship. How many of you have suffered a domestic abusive relationship or any abusive relationship? If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be where you. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have. If it weren't for me, you should worship me. I am Simon Goldberg. Know my name. Worship my name. This is where we're at. Anyway, I'm gone. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sure that there'll be other statuses, and I'm sure that I'm going to have, you know, the wrath of the Spagnard coming my way, or the wrath of the Gold Diggerberg coming my way. I'll keep you updated. I don't intend to do any more on him unless something important comes up. But you see, I believe that this type of character is very dangerous. And these are the type of characters that people need to be very, very aware what they're dealing with. That's what I believe. I may be wrong. You can tell me I'm wrong. I'm happy if you tell me I'm wrong. I don't mind. I don't need to be right all the time. I'm happy to be right 99% of the time. But I don't really want to give it any more energy. If I get arrested, I'll let you know. And then we will know that he's playing with the big boys here. So he's got help. Don't get put off doing private trusts as long as you know someone's doing a good job. And yeah, we'll leave it like that. Can't wait to see what happens, what he posts next. If you go onto his page, honestly, every post so far is about me. I'm flattered. I honestly am flattered that I'm getting this much attention. Honestly. Yeah, I'm expecting a bunch of flowers next in a post. Much love to everyone, and I'll see you very, very soon. Mwah. Ciao. Ciao, Simon. Adios.